Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Keely Dennenberg. I'm Senior VP of Client Solutions here at Orange Grove Consulting. And today I'm joined by Dr. Kelly Watson, co-managing partner of Orange Grove. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi.
So today we're talking a little bit about leadership development measurement and measurement of programs, leadership development programs. So Kelly, a lot of times people are measuring programs a certain way. Would you like to expand on what that certain way is?
I mean, most programs, let's face it, there's a survey at the end that asks the participants, did you enjoy the program? Did you like the facilitators? Were the facilities great? And that might ask a little bit about what skills they developed, but it's very self-report, right? And we can do those too, for sure. The problem with thinking about course design in terms of what I would call edutainment is that you're trying to design with the end goal in mind of having people enjoy themselves as opposed to having people learn. Learning can be more uncomfortable. Learning can, make people a little bit walk away from this session with a lot to think about and having to struggle through a learning journey that is a lot longer than the program. But the edutainment, what ends up happening is that people design to preach to the choir. It's a lot of rah rah, everybody else has to change, but not me. And this is what should happen. Or there's this appeal to rational persuasion. I'm going to walk through all of the logic as to why it is you should do things this way. And it becomes a lot of shoulds and not a lot of helping others. And unfortunately, it ends up being very facilitator focused. Like the facilitator's job in that case becomes, I need to be the sage. I need to be witty. I need to have all of these, this fun, as I said, edutainment, as opposed to putting the learner at the center and really getting the learner to go through a journey of learning that this course is part of, is one of the steps.
So if that's kind of what's happening for the most part, what does Orange Grove think should be happening and what do we recommend to our clients?
Yeah, so we want you again to design with the end goal in mind. So, what are the behaviors you would like to see from these folks? And what is the gap today? So, and understanding that everybody is starting on their journey in a different place. And we recognize that in the classroom that we've got people starting from different places. But what is the end goal that we have in mind? And that's what we want to measure and design for long term. So again, thinking of each individual's progress as a learning journey towards that. What do these learners need? Do they need to understand the basic concepts and knowledge from the beginning, or do they already bring, and this is what we always assume, is that learners are bringing a certain amount of experience with them. And can we start there with what their experience has been and help move them along the journey by giving them a different experience? This is why we use a lot of activities and case studies and a lot of group discussion so that we learn from each other as well. We learn from peers, and it's less um, facilitator focused and much more learner focused in how we design.
So in a way, it's almost operational, right? What are the things in your, environment, in your operation that you think should be different? How does leadership impact that? Let's measure that thing from the start and from the end. And then we're also going to design our program around the skills that those leaders will need to make the difference for the operations.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because we want to make sure that training has an ROI, that you're doing it for a reason, and that making these behavior changes are actually going to have an operational impact for you. Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. And thanks everyone for watching. Please check our YouTube channel for more short conversations like this one. Take care.